All right, here we go. This is where we set up a design strategy, a meta ad strategy for e-commerce and Shopee CPAS. So essentially, as you know, Shopee CPAS or Lazada CPAS or Tokopedia CPAS or any e-commerce marketplace CPAS means it's a catalog ads. That means, like they will create a catalog based on your shop and they will share it to your meta ads manager. In turn, you'll be able to use that to run retargeting ads, catalog ads, to use a different format of advertisement. It's exactly the same as an e-commerce store. It's just that you're doing it on another platform, as in like your store is hosted on Shopee or Lazada or Tokopedia, but essentially it's all the same. So the strategy that we were talking about here is actually this is the skeleton of the strategy where we will be running ads. Okay, now on the left-hand side, as you can see, it's the top of funnel ads. We would have product A, product B, category A, category B. So essentially, it could be single product ad or it could be a single category ad as well. Okay. Now, on the other hand, for retargeting, we would actually kind of use, it really depends on you. I'm just showing you the structure that we designed for this one, but I want you to remember the whole journey was actually to equip you with the ability to design your own strategy and essentially to be able to implement. So this is the skeleton that we have, and we're going to build up as this strategy. And I will show you how to do the audience targeting and the exclusion and the setup and everything. It's just a walkthrough, but it's really up to you on how you want to implement to your campaign. So here's what I would actually totally recommend here is design your strategy, set it up, okay? And then you can actually either do it before and after, but I would actually prefer it to be after. You run it for at least a week or two. Then let's have a discussion for 30 minutes or so to go through your campaign strategy and to actually look into the numbers for optimization recommendations moving on from there. Okay, so here we go. All right, so this is the ads manager. So I'm going to quickly just go in and set up, the top of funnel skeleton over here. So of course, we're going to go for sales. And what I want to show you here is, remember in the earlier discussion, in the last module, we do talk about different optimization. And I'm going to go through the Advantage Plus campaign later on. But here I'm going to use the manual sales campaign setup, whereby I would show you how do we actually kind of use a different structure for, one campaign for add to cart, the other campaign for, purchase. Now, when I say campaign means we group ad sets with different campaign, okay? In individual campaign. We don't mix. Say, for example, if I have a sales campaign, I do not have add to cart ad set in there and purchase, optimization ad set in there because it's going to mix the whole thing. It's not going to be optimized. So here, I'm going to quickly set up, okay, we call it sales campaign. I should probably just sales campaign, optimized for ATC. Okay. And I usually end it with a date. So basically, it's going to be today's 12/12 as I'm actually making this video. All right, so I'm just going to go for this, and we're going to use the catalog ad anyway. So yeah, so basically this is for add to cart. So when I say add to cart means, so this is actually product A. All right, so maximize for conversion, okay? And then after that, we're going to do so let's say product A, I'm actually assuming that I'm using the category, but I'm actually using one single image as the hero. Or you can actually, it's really up to you. All right. So let's say if you do not want to use the catalog, you can actually just turn it off and run it to the product itself. So maybe I don't run the catalog for now. But anyway, I will show you how. So catalog decision is at the campaign level, meaning if you turn it off means the entire campaign, including all the ad sets, will not have the catalog. So for this one, I'm just going to set up as a non-catalog ad. So maybe you have to mark it here. Sales, maybe just drop the campaign, non-catalog. And then add the cart. So basically, the naming really matters because that helps you understand what are you doing. So let's say here, I'm actually going for product A. Here's the tricky part. You want to go for website instead of website and shop because that means, Facebook may send your audience to Facebook shop or Instagram shop, but shop is no longer available in a lot of regions and countries. So I do not recommend that. And that, in fact, actually confuses the audience as well. So I would totally recommend to go for website. And over here, for now, let's go for the original one, which is the conversion. But as you have it, as I said, I mean, it's reasonable to try to go for the value of conversion over here. So, but anyway, yeah, so you can actually use some data sets and all that, but no, I'm just gonna go for conversion for now. So, yeah, you need to set your data set. I'm just gonna go for metapixel, okay, which is your own pixel. I mean, it's important that we capture the right pixel over here, but here we're gonna go for add to cart. Here's the thing, because we want to test. The idea is, I'm not saying that this is going to be working for you, but I'm actually telling you how to do a different configuration, as in like the whole nesting and campaign, the structure design over here. Okay. So this is a non-catalog, and this is actually targeting people to go for add to cart. So basically you choose add to cart. Okay. And then after that, we don't do all these things. I mean, this is just a mock setup. I'm not going to spend anyway. So I'm not going to touch this part. The audience targeting is not something that we're discussing. Placement wise, yes. For top of funnel, I would take off as usual. I don't like audience network because it's not where I go. So I'm just gonna go here and here. So the ad here would be product A. And of course, we're gonna go for just gonna go for manual upload, and I'm gonna go for single image. And of course, you do the rest, like set up the creative, do the image ad, do the stuff like your site links and tags and media and blah, blah, blah. So I'm just going to quickly upload as this one. Yep, I'm just going to go for this. Yeah, I'm using this as a test right now. So I would skip this because we talk about this. How do we set up the so-called use the AI image generation tool over there? So this is product A. Okay. So basically, if you tag it as a catalog ad, even though I mean, this is not a catalog ad. We don't actually do that. So we can still edit, and I would like to drop the catalog. Like I don't want catalog. So I'm just gonna not connect to any catalog. So this is the tricky part. So if you don't connect to catalog, then on the right-hand side, as you can see the preview, the catalog won't be there. So you can do whatever changes you need to do, like go for, of course, if this is an e-commerce campaign, we're going to go for shop now. There you go. So shop now. And then, yeah, so this is very simple. This is how it looks like, and the link and stuff. Okay. So yeah, so that's product A. And then, then we will have a product B. So I usually just group the whole thing together over here. So this is the product B. So yeah, over here, then, this is how we group things together. So then you will have a product B, the optimization is pretty much the same, but here's one thing I would like to, as you have multiple, these are all what we call the single ad assets. So when you have multiple single ad assets, you can actually go on and do like, product C, just to get a hang of it. So yeah, you can start with really like moderate budget, as in maybe $5 a day. I've got some clients who really go for like a $5 a day. Nothing wrong about it, to be frank, but it's really about, letting these campaigns and ad sets and ads a little bit more time to brew over here. So let's say you have product A, B, C. The one very important thing that, despite all the settings that over here, I don't care about your audience targeting, but one thing that is really important is you need to actually apply exclusion. So I'm going to just quickly go in, and I'm just going to switch back to the original settings. And I would actually, under the custom audience, I would add exclusion. So the easiest way to do exclusion here is to go by engage, or, for me, I'll go by engage. Do I have 30 days? Yeah, like Instagram engage 30 days. And I think I don't have a Facebook engage 30 days. Then I'll create one. So yeah, it's custom audience. What I did was the Instagram engage, which is, you go into Instagram account, go for the page that you want to use. Where am I? Say here. So 30 days. So that's engage 30 days. So this is essentially IG, engage 30 days. Okay, but we have that already. So I'm just going to go back and do the other one under Facebook. So same thing, I would go for Jason, and I would go for 30 days. And this is FB engaged 30 days. Now, I want to quickly go through a few things over here. This is custom audience. I believe you're familiar with it. Otherwise, play with it, but we will talk about it, however we need to use it over here. So when it comes to engage, what does that mean? Basically, if you go for Facebook or Instagram, the engage is actually a very powerful tool for you to do retargeting or exclusion. But here we are using it for exclusion. Why? Because like if you're only excluding people who visited your website, your frequency may still be high because a lot of people may be clicking on the ad, liking it, like commenting it or whatever, but they do not go to your website, which means they may not be captured and they may not be effectively excluded from your campaign. So when you do single ad set, the frequency may still get high. So the idea of using this method is to really push the best people out because meta level engagement will never go wrong. So Meta really know who are the people who click on any of your ads on Facebook or Instagram. So this is how we push people out. So everyone who engage with your page for 30 days is really the easiest way. But of course, if you want to go for a more specific, you can actually go by people who visit your page, engage with your post ad and all that. But there are a lot of things, but everyone who engage is everything. Yeah, but you have an option to target only people who follow your page and all. But yeah, it's just a different usage. But understanding these custom audiences gives you the ability to really do things differently. Okay, so I'm just going to do this and I'm just going to create and I'm going to exclude it. So here's the tricky part. When you create a new custom audience, essentially it become included. So read carefully whether it's include or exclude. Here it says include. Just going to check it off and I'm just going to go by exclude. FB engage 30 days. Okay. So here's how it works. You have to apply to all product A, B, C, and everything. The exclusion has to be applied across. So that's the idea. Okay. So this is add to cart. So here's what we have a skeleton over here. This is the sales, non-catalog, add to cart. Now then, because we do have, remember, come back here. So those are the product A, B, C, right? So let's say this is actually the product base and we optimize for add to cart. Now we want to go for the category. We want to optimize for, we want to go for the catalog. Or we want to optimize for purchase. Okay, let's come back to this. So same thing, sales. Okay, and manual. I'm just gonna go for that first. So here we are setting up all the top of funnel, right? So this is sales, catalog, and purchase. Okay, and the date. So here is we probably go by definitely we're going to turn on catalog for this one. Okay, here is the thing. And then after that, we're going to go by cat A, for example. Maximize for conversion. And you have to select the pixel and blah, blah, blah. And let's go for the product set. Hang on, I don't really have a product set anyway. So here's the thing. Let's go back to this. Let me switch to any one of the product set that may have it. Yeah, so I'm just borrowing some of my clients' product set over here. So you get the idea, it's just the client's ads over here. So anyway, so this is just some category. So let's say, so you can create multiple category here. So what we have here is just all products, but you can always create different categories or different product set based on whatever you have over there. And yeah, so this is, let's say, category A, and we're just going to go for it. And yeah, we would, when it comes to catalog ads, as in like advertisement or ads with the catalog ads over here, catalog ads, the setup for the audience is actually slightly different. And this is where we do the retargeting differently over here, but we will talk about that. So for top of funnel, and this is top of funnel, we're going to use this as, find audience and all that. But as usual, I'll switch back to original options over here, and I would actually apply the exclusion as well. So remember, we are excluding people who engage. I'm just going to go for the 30 days engagement. So that would make sure that all your top of funnel are not competing among each other. Okay, so that's the only settings. And of course, the placement, I would actually take off the audience network. That's what I usually do. Okay, so that's where, and when it comes to ad itself, well, it really depends on how you want to do this. I somehow feel that carousel has got a better way of doing it. because it shows. But of course, you still also have the option of testing. So let's say we set this as carousel. You can actually test. Since we are using the same catalog, we're just going to do this carousel. So here we have one carousel, and you have the option of having it another one here. Here we do maybe instant experience. And what is an instant experience? It is actually going down here. It's called collection. Okay, so collection means you will have to set up a new instant experience over here. So usually we go by create. Now, let me go slow. The destination here, you need to create an instant experience, which you have to go by create, and you would have a storefront. Usually we go by storefront, and this is how an instant experience looks like. So, yep, you have the choice of creating a dynamic video with all the products you have, or you can actually choose to upload an image. Let me try uploading an image for now. So you see, I'm just playing with it, right? So let's say if I upload this image, so the whole ad would look like instant experience like this, whereby when people see the ad, click on it, it would open up an instant experience like this that showcases all the products. Well, it's not a bad thing. Then you have to put a link here. Usually I just go by shop now. Here I would go by, just for the fun of it. Then just click done. Okay, you have to create this thing. And when it comes to showing the ad would look like this. Okay, so when they see the ad, they will see the products at the bottom, which is actually quite effective in a way because it actually kind of takes up more space on the, like the feed or the Facebook feed or Instagram feed, which can be quite interesting. Okay, so this is how you do it. And then, of course, you can do that for category B. You just quickly duplicate and you just do that for category B, and category C. It's just feel free to do all this, okay? And this is how we can actually have a structure for the top of funnel that optimized to do a more meaningful, first it's a more stable structure and a well-organized structure for you to manage your top of funnel ads. And you can always turn on and off and introduce new thing here. You can have category C, D, or whatever, or at the product level, like the product ad over here, let's say, you can have, product E, D, I don't care, anything. So basically that's for the top of funnel. And the most important thing when it comes to top of funnel e-commerce ad would be the exclusion. In fact, that also applies to lead gen as well, but essentially that's the key. So when it comes to exclusion, you make sure you apply to all. Now, people may have the concern of, Jason, if I do exclusion, would that jeopardize my campaign performance? Would my CPM come high? And, would that limit my ads from reaching people? The answer is absolutely no. I've seen a lot of campaigns doing that, and they are perfectly fine. Now, since we are here, we are now all talking about top of funnel, right? So our sales cat is top of funnel and our sales non-cat is top of funnel. Now let's do one for the fun of it. Just to show you how Advantage Plus shopping campaign looks like. So we're just going to continue. You probably have tried it already, but here it is. A shopping Advantage Plus shopping campaign is actually as simple as that. And all you need to do is to define a catalog. Okay. And then after that, you of course go for the conversion. You won't be able to do the value for conversion at like the Advantage Plus campaign, but you can do it at what we call the manual setup. And over here, you choose the product. Let's say you go by all products and location, and like that's it. You don't even have the ability to choose age when it comes to audience settings, and that's it. Yeah, you have no ability to change the placement, anything. It's just the budget. And there you go, setting up the campaign. So this is how it looks like. Very straightforward. It's either you go for single image because there is not much. It's either you go for single image or video. Yeah, different. It looks differently. And carousel. Okay. And collection. So we just went through that. You can choose whatever you want. But here is how an Advantage Plus campaign looks like. The rest are the same actually. If you go by shop, the Advantage destination shop, I'm just gonna go for any shop over here. So yeah. Anyway, so this is how it looks like, Advantage Plus. Now, here's the thing. We are at this stage because remember, this is also applicable for Shopee. Okay, so when it comes to Shopee, there is only one very different trick that you have to make sure when you're setting up your campaign at any level. If you are doing Shopee or Lazada CPAS, okay, you need to choose app as your primary location, and you'll be able to choose Lazada or Shopee. I don't have anything here because this is essentially not, but when you do CPAS, you have to choose app and you have to choose either Shopee or Lazada as the destination because people are not likely to add to cart or purchase on a mobile web version of Shopee. People need to go to the app. So you need to tell Facebook that I don't care, bring them to the app, and that would actually increase your conversion tremendously. Okay, so that's for top of funnel. Now, then we're going to come back for retargeting. So remember, when it comes to retargeting, we do have a 7 days retargeting for category A, 7 days retargeting for category B, which we are targeting for higher ROAS, and we have a general sales for 7 days. So the setup is actually very similar. It's the same. So I'm just going to go in and I will set up a retargeting campaign. So of course, I'm going to go for sales. For retargeting, do not need to test different objective or optimization. Just go for sales and purchase. Okay, I'm just going to go in for sales. I'm going to call this retargeting target. Hang on. Retargeting thing sales. And this is going to be the date. I always like to end my campaign naming with date because that gives me the idea when I started this thing. Yeah, usually we go by catalog. And remember how we do that? Maximization is always for conversion. And we would have one, let's say I'll go for bracelet, which is category A. I call this cat A. I'm sorry, A 7 days. Okay, now here's the thing. So when we are setting up retargeting, it's actually very straightforward. Choose the category, choose the budget, and here we are going for retargeting. Now, this is something that you have to watch carefully and pay attention because here's what we do. All right. Now, listen carefully. Product set here means the product set that you are trying to promote. It's called promoted products. So here is, I want to show you bracelets. If you visit any of my products, I want to show you bracelets, right? So here, first, when it comes to audience, we're going to go for retarget people who interacted with your products on and off Facebook. Now, by default, it's view or edit to cart. Don't choose this. Why? Because this is targeting people who view or edit to cart but not purchase or bracelets. You know what I mean? But I want to show everyone who visited my website this ad set. How do I do that? Go down to custom combination. Okay, here. Right here. Interacted with products from, switch back to all products. Where is that? All products. Okay, switch to all products. Okay, but not here. We gotta go for 7 days. Okay, so but not purchased in the last 30 days. I usually go by 30 days purchase exclusion, meaning if you have not bought anything in the last 30 days, then I want you to be here. Otherwise, I don't. Now, here's how it works. Okay, the logic here is you are targeting people who interacted with all your products, view or added to cart in the last 7 days, but not purchased in the last 30 days, and show them this thing, all bracelets. Make sense? Okay, so this is the setting for a retargeting ad. So the structure here is when we have category B, which is, okay, so I'm just going to quickly go through that, right? So this is category A, and then this is targeting all products. So I don't change placement here at this level anymore because I don't care. I just want you to see my ad everywhere because I know you're interested here, right? So the ad is, I'm just going to go by, let's say carousel. You don't really need to make it complicated, but if you want to do something that we did just now, 1 carousel, 1 instant experience, I don't object that. It's fine. So you go for that. And yeah, choose your Instagram account. So this is how it looks like. Okay. So this is carousel um for category A. Now then we would actually just duplicate. Let me set up the structure, then I would explain to you, right? So this is B, say for example, and B would be a different category. So let's say if I go for, I don't know, jewelry, for example, all right? So then I would spend the same. Here, I would actually use back the same thing, meaning I'm targeting people who visit all products, okay, but yet to purchase anything to show them jewelry. And the ad here would look like this is a carousel B. So the ad would look like different thing because I'm promoting different products over here. Okay, then I would have a sales. Okay, I'm just going to quickly duplicate everything here. So the budget here is, remember, 20%. So I wouldn't talk about a budget. You have to do your budget adjustment over here. So here is, I would go for maybe accessories. You know, that's my, yeah, it's my sales product. It's supposed to be, you know, you create a product for a product set for sales, whereby you just want to tell them that you have got some sales over here. So this is a sales items, I call them. Okay, which is things that are on sale right now in the, you know, so you'll be targeting people. When I say 7 days means the ad would follow them for 7 days. Okay, so that's the essential thing. Yeah, meaning if you visit any of my products, okay, so this is, wait, let me set this up. I'm just gonna, yeah, I just really want you to see the whole structure over here. So this is on sales, right? Now, here is the whole structure over here. I want you to pay attention. A retargeting sales campaign that we have here, we have 3 different ad sets featuring 3 different categories. Category A, category B, and you know the sales catalog. So everyone who visit your website will see these 3 ads. Yes, you heard it right. They will see all 3 ads. Why? First, I want you to know my other products. So let's say category A is lipstick. Category B is foundation. Category C is eyeliner, for example. And this one is to really bombard them for 7 days. So for this ad, overall, the whole campaign level, meaning when we come back to this level, you see what I see? So when I, let's say, let's do a quick refresh, right? For retargeting especially, right? Let me do a quick refresh. For retargeting, let me come in here. When I view the performance of this campaign, okay, 7 days data, I would like the frequency here, this thing, to come up to 3 to 5. I don't care. Yes, it's meant to be, you know, like repeating to these people because I want to inform. It's an informing disease, ad sets, which is you want to tell them that what are the categories that we have. And it's a short lived because we're only following them for 7 days. So we don't really worry about the frequency. But usually this kind of structure is going to help you increase your ROAS in a very meaningful way. I wouldn't say significant, but it should be, you know, that's really the key of running a retargeting here. So that's the retargeting ad set. So I call this immediate retargeting, meaning I just want to make sure that when you have the interest in my product or services, I want to prime you as much as I can during this period. Remember, this applies to e-commerce and this applies to CPass, whether you're on Shopee, Lazada, and everything. So that's the structure for immediate retargeting. So now you have a evergreen campaign already because your top of funnel will constantly bring in people from, you know, like your Advantage Plus shopping campaign is going to bring people in, your sales catalog, your non-catalog, optimizing for ad will keep bringing people in, and your retargeting will keep retargeting them for only 7 days and eventually let them go. Now, under retargeting, we have a very important secret weapon, which is something that we really use to really follow those people who bought from us or interested in what we do and bring them back to come back. So it's an on-off campaign. So on-off ad set. So I'm just going to quickly duplicate over here. So I call this past customers 180 days. Why 180? Because you can only follow them for up to 180 days. So here, right, I'm gonna, yeah, usually this is where we actually go for to select it. So let's say now you're promoting this. This is on sale. Okay. I usually this is usually sales items. Okay. So here, what we are doing here is different. We go back to custom combination. Okay. All products. But instead of targeting people who view or added to cart, I'll just cross this off. I would go for purchase and I would go for 180 days, but not purchase in the last 30 days. It really depends on your product. Some actually don't really need that. If you're really selling something that is, even though the most recent customers who have bought from you would also want to buy, you can actually go by one. Otherwise, you can go by either 7 or the most common one is 30. I'm sorry, 30. Yeah. So what does that mean? Meaning you're targeting people who bought from your shop a month ago up to 6 months ago. So like I say, this is an on-off, you know, um, you have to turn it off when you don't have promotion going on. You get what I mean? Off. Okay. On, off, on, off. Okay. Here. So yeah, we don't spend a lot of money. Remember the retargeting ads combined. This is a reminder ad, but all combined, we must not spend more than 20% or up to 30% sometimes over here. But remember, we do have some, like exclusion, meaning certain situations like when it comes to 12, 12, 11, 11, you know that it's the time to make the buck. You may push the retargeting ads budget to make sure that we push the frequency because that's the time that we want to close that much. I mean, like especially during festive or special days like 11, 11 and 12, 12. So basically here's how it goes. All right. Yeah, simple as that. I'm targeting people who bought from me in the last 180 days, exclude people who bought from me in the last 30 days, and you just do the ad. Yeah. And that would actually help you get a different kind of outcome coming in. So yeah, so that's the structure like for for e-commerce and Shopee CPAS, Lazada CPAS, and all that. Remember, a strategy and a skeleton is to help you organize your campaign, but it's not necessarily gonna be like the best once you set it up. So it's always about setting it up, observing it, give it at least 7 days data to brew, and then after that, optimize along the way. That's why I always emphasize on optimization. You may not get the best combination right away, but always understanding the data, which is what we're going to discuss in the coming modules. It's really important for you to understand what's working and what's not working in your campaign and make sound decision, informed decision to take your campaign to the next level, one step at a time. So that's it for e-commerce and CPAS.